A new year is starting. Hope you had a nice Christmas and New Year with lots of gaming. I have 10 games releasing in January that looks interesting. Let's get started. The Night is Grey. The art style of this game really got me interested. This is a point-and-click adventure where all the character animations are drawn frame by frame. Each animation have 12 frames, that's a lot of work, and it really gives the game a unique look. All the backgrounds are also painted by hand. The game has over 50 different locations, really impressive. In this point-and-click adventure you play as Graham as he is fleeing the woods that are filled with wolves that don't act as they should. The game is filled with puzzles and engaging dialogue as you find a lost girl and try to survive. Release for this one is on 5th of January and is developed by Whalestork Interactive. Portal Revolution is an interesting one. This is a fan-made mod for Portal 2. It looked too cool for me not to include. This mod introduces a completely new campaign with 40 brand new puzzles and introduces new mechanics as well. The story takes place between the first and second game and is a roughly 5 to 7 hour journey. As it is a mod, it's of course free to play if you have Portal 2, so well worth checking out if you like the Portal games. I haven't played Portal in forever, so I'm kind of excited for this one. I mean, it looks well made and it looks like a Portal game. Very impressive. This one is also releasing 5th of January and is developed by Second Phase Software. Momodora Moonlit Farewell is the 5th game in the series and will conclude the current story. The game series is light on the story and the game is also designed for new players of the series to be able to play it and don't miss out too much. The game's focus lies on gameplay. This is a 2D action game where you do melee combos, dodge, and you can attack from far away with arrows. The game also have a system called sigils, and with these sigils you can customize your playstyle to how you want to play. The game looks super cute and seems to feature a lot of bosses. Release for this one is 11th of January and is developed by Bomb Service. In Time Survivors, you play as historical figures in a roguelite game. I love the approach of this. You can play as Lincoln, Tesla, Cleopatra, Nero and a few others as you slay hordes of enemies. The game looks like a very standard roguelike game. In this one you have a meta progression map that allows you to upgrade the characters and find weapons and so on. The game features over 150 different weapons, items, relics and buffs to choose from. It looks fun and is definitely an approach to characters in a roguelite I would not expect. Release for this one is 15th of January and is developed by Lunar Chili. Sovereign Syndicate is an open-world Victorian steampunk RPG. Here you choose one of 3 characters as you explore, investigate, interact and make impacting choices. The 3 characters' story is intertwined and branch out in different paths. The game's combat can be approached differently. The game also features a tarot card system instead of dice like a traditional role-playing game, and I'm sure it makes for an interesting experience. The game and the world they have built here looks interesting, and I hope the story and world is fun to investigate. Sovereign Syndicate will also be released 15th of January and is developed by Crimson Herring Studios. It would help me out a lot if you hit the like button below, and if you subscribe I promise to give you more lists and reviews of indie games. Okay, back to the games. Anomaly Agent is a 2D action platformer with fluid combat. You are Agent 70 and you work to stop anomalies that threatens the world. The story supposedly has a lot of twists and turns and your actions can affect how the story progresses. Love the pixel graphics. The music fits perfectly for this retro cyberpunk aesthetic as well. The gameplay is focused around melee combat with dodging. There are also firearms that you can use, and you can of course upgrade your character as well. Anomaly Agent releases 24th of January and is developed by Pew Pew Games. Love that name. Next up is Go Mecha Ball. This is a roguelike twin-stick shooter with pinball-like physics and arcade-style levels. This game looks so chaotic, but also fast and fun. The game features over 25 weapons, over 20 abilities and more than 50 upgrades as you move around, smash into enemies and shoot them down. The graphics are clean and nice. For a fast game like this, readability is very important and the graphics seems good for this. As this game features a roguelike progression system, you fight against waves of enemies and of course the game includes a lot of bosses. Release is 25th of January and the game is developed by Whale Peak Games. You have seen Palworld, right? This is basically Pokemon but with guns. This one is entering early access in January. No specific date yet, however. Hopefully it won't get pushed back. At the game's core, it is a survival crafting game where you fight, work, build alongside the creatures called pals. You can play this with friends and PvP will be added at a later stage. The world seems huge and you can fly and ride. Seems to take a lot of inspiration from Ark, but I mean this one looks ridiculous as it's so close to the Pokemon series. And these pals in the game can be used for fighting, workforce, you can sell them and you can even eat them. And with guns included, you can of course use them in combat, and it looks like you can equip the pals with them as well. As I mentioned, no specific date yet. This one is developed by Pocket Pair. Three Kingdoms Zhao is an RPG set during the Three Kingdom period in China. The look of the game and the gameplay reminds me of Dynasty Warriors, but in an action RPG format. The game has an open structure and follows the story of one of the most well-known generals from the Greek Kingdom period as you battle your way through the game. The game features a lot of skills, a gearing system, crafting, much like all other ARPGs these days. I hope it plays well, as the ARPG scene has a lot of good games right now. No specific date for this one, but Steam has it listed for January as a release. The game is developed by Zhao Games. Sorry, I can't pronounce that correctly at all. Brocula looks like a very chill game. You play as Brocula, a vampire that have been asleep for several hundreds of years. The world has of course changed. Your wealth is gone and your castle is in ruins. You now have to navigate the world, get a job to earn money, repair the castle, tend to the crops for more income, fish, and of course manage your cult in order to get the blood you need. You can also explore the forest and dungeons. I mean, it just looks like a relaxing game with a lot of character. Brocula releases 31st of January and is developed by Pratik Jadwani. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I hope you found a game or two that seems interesting. Leave a comment if I missed any other interesting indie games releasing in January. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.